recording here is yesterday I did what's called an ethereal or energy body reading, where the lady couldn't see me. She didn't know my name. She didn't know anything about me, but she started drawing on Discord on a screen the colors of my body, my energy body. And she did touch on some of the chakras, and she touched on different things. My wings. We'll talk about that later because I didn't realize. I thought my wings looked a little different, but then when she drew them, I was like, "Oh my God, that's exactly how they feel to me." But what I thought that we would do is she was talking about how colors connect us to our gods and how I'm connected. She goes, "Do you connect to deities?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah." She was like, "Oh my God, they're all around you." And then I could see them. And then I thought, okay, tonight we're channeling elementals. And what other spirit guide has beautiful colors? So, what I thought we could do is I'm going to channel different words, different phrases from them. Well, let's back up. I'm going to ask your elemental guides to come in, okay? And I'm going to channel different words and different phrases and things from them. And I want you can either draw it, see the colors in your mind's eye, or if you want to draw it on your paper, you're welcome to. And what I want you not to do is think that there's a right or wrong, because most of the time our spirit guide beings don't take full form. I know a lot of times we really want them to look like an angel or look like a person or look like a dragon or look like a fairy. And sometimes that is and sometimes it isn't. So we all have clairs. So you're either clairvoyant where you can see, clairaudient where you can hear, or clairsentient where you can feel. And when we relax these clairs, you'll notice that each one will start growing and moving. So you may be clairvoyant and see more, but then if you're doing a meditation, you're really relaxed and your guides around, you may actually hear a word. But I am going to channel some of the words, so you will be hearing it. But you may hear a word tonight that's just for you from your guide. So write that word down on the paper and write it in a color that feels like that word. So, like if it is love and love to you is red, then write it in red. And if you don't have color pencils, just make little notes that it's red somewhere. You can like either do it all in your mind's eye and then at the end put it on paper, or do it as we go. Either way, whichever way is easier for you, because this is yours and it's beautiful. I did it just before this session and everything, and it was a conglomeration of colors. I left it in the other room, but it was just beautiful. So yeah, does that sound okay to everybody? Okay, so let's explain a little bit about elementals. Elementals are spiritual beings that connect to the elements: earth, air, fire, or water. So earth may be fairies or gnomes, or I like gnomes, leprechauns. It may be um, various animals that connect, that you think about having to do with the earth. To me, bunny rabbits. I don't know. There's something about rabbits around me a lot. I don't know. I've been watching, and there's just rabbits in my dreams, and rabbits in stories I read, and rabbits. So rabbits right now are my spirit animals, and they are connected to earth, and they're just so cute. Um, Water can be mermaids. It can be water sliffs. It can be any elemental, anything having to do with water, and it doesn't have to take those forms. Okay. Fire is like salamanders and dragons and really cool things like that. Like, to me, elves and dwarfs sometimes. It depends. And I'm getting into Lord of the Rings, I know, and Cindy can correct me all day long on that, I know, but that's just kind of how I see it. And then, so earth, air, fire, and water. And air for elementals can be traditional angels, or fairies that like air, or different little just like um different birds. I know we got two bird people here. So So they don't have to be full beings. They don't have to be um, full bodies. They don't have to be specific colors or lights. There is no right or wrong. So what I'm wanting you to do is allow the colors to come through. Don't force anything. If you need to mix colors together, just do it. Just allow your subconscious to connect to your spiritual being and see what color. Does that sound okay? Okay. So let's go ahead, and if you want to close your, I'm going to turn off my camera because you see how much my hands go back and forth. So I won't distract you. Okay. So let's go ahead and just get in a comfortable spot. Have your paper and crayons wherever you feel comfortable. Get the wigglies out. It's in the evening. We have little wigglies sometimes. And allow your back to be in a comfortable spot. It doesn't have to be straight up and down. It can just be kind of lean back in the chair if you want to do that, but just become comfortable for just a few moments. I want you to take in a deep breath through your nose and then out through your mouth, allowing the relaxation to come in and the stress from the day to leave. I'm going to ask for your elementals to come in to this sacred space, and you're welcome to ask them as well. Something you can do and how you can bring them in is just simply ask, what elemental spiritual being is near me? And if you would like to come near me with a message, please do this now. Our beings are here to remind you of something, someone, or some feeling. So just allow yourself to feel those feelings. If it gets too much, simply just open your eyes. Spiritual beings, if you will, please come into the sacred space as myself and your loved ones are asking you. We're asking that you show us your colors, maybe who you are, but bring us a message that is just for us. Please use some colors to help us associate with that message. If you're starting to see any colors, go ahead and begin to draw. If you don't, that's okay. There's no expectations or right or wrong. Only colors, your gods, you, and the messages. So let's begin. I hear the phrase, you are protected. So take a moment and see what color comes to your mind when I say that you are protected. They want you to know that they are always with you, along with your other team of spiritual beings. They say that we are the shining ones that you see around you. We bring you blessings of the color green. This is the time when they say, what does green mean to you? As you're drawing green, are you drawing a tree or are you drawing healing? Take a few moments to do that. Someone needs to know that they are understood. They understand you, and someone who you are trying to communicate with in this world understands you, but they are trying to heal from something. So pick up a color that feels that it represents that feeling. And for everyone else, maybe a color for healing if that message doesn't resonate with you. For someone, they need you to find a color that represents the happiest time when you were a young child. If this resonates with you, choose that. If not, choose a color that represents forever young. Take a moment and see if any of that connects together. Someone likes to dance. I could dance every time, but I also heard stillness. So there is someone here who is very much into movement, but the other needs to be still and listen. No, they said to be moving, but still my mind and listen. What colors, what shapes does that bring to your mind? One of the elementals said someone's being a little stubborn with attitude and not wanting to play. I think everybody's playing. I can't see you, but I think that that's funny because if you're uncomfortable with this, that's okay. But if you're holding back your emotions, just remember that's your private paper there. No one's going to see it unless you want to share later. Stillness and movement. I heard one elemental who is beautiful blue and purple say that someone here has a blessing of sight. If you have a blessing of sight, take the prettiest blue that you have and draw something that represents sight. This elemental is very beautiful. She's an air elemental. She's very tall and very strong. Her wings don't even move in the wind. It's like she can keep them so still. She's very powerful. Someone has a very powerful elemental. The other one shows flowers. And she says, use the lightest touch that I'm trying to hear. Use the lightest touch that you use when you touch flowers. And I see her touching her heart. She's got beautiful green wings. And she says, touch, light touch. And she's touching towards the flowers and she's pointing towards you. Draw what that makes you feel like. I heard make a world. Make a world with these colors. They said choose your favorite element. Do you feel that your elemental is earth? To draw grass and draw your world there. Is it air and you're in the sky or maybe in the planets? Is it fire? Do you live in the fires? Or is it water? I see a unicorn. Unicorns represent air. The unicorn is coming up to me and it's nudging on my heart. So your heart's calling is so close to you. If you're air, especially, look and see what it is that you've been longing to do. The unicorn begins to point up to the sky. It's a beautiful moon. It says this moon is a representation of who you are. What color is it and what does it look like? Now, they say if you have a particular question that you want to ask your spirit guide that's here, your elemental guide, to go ahead and do that now. Remember, really don't focus so much on what they look like as much as what message they're providing you. Now, I'm going to give you just a couple minutes to go ahead and complete your world. You can write any word that you may have, or words, messages, across your picture. You may complete the colors, complete the messages that you're receiving. And then when you're ready to share, we're going to share. If you want to, you do not have to. I'm going to take notes on a couple of words that I got here that came for me. Remember, if there's any elements that you're connected to, connect them to this. For example, I got stormy blue. I love storms. And the blue that you may see on my avatar is my favorite color blue. It's a bluish green. And storms don't always represent negative, it's just major changes coming. So remember also, if you feel any emotion, to write that down, or any feelings in your body. Like if you felt your heart begin to beat, if you felt excitement, anything at all, write that down. Remember, even if you turn on your camera, you don't have to share if you don't want to. But I can't wait to see all these beautiful pictures. I just know it's going to be awesome. anyone willing to share? Hi, Cindy. I was like, I hope you all are enjoying this. This is a new way of doing things. So, how did you feel?
Um, I'm more than anything just tired, but I was feeling that beforehand, so I'm not sure picture wise or anything what I got, but I was going to tell you, or I could share that the the first one you did with this,
Yeah.
one of the things that I actually I saw a few things, and one of the things that I saw was like right at the very beginning. It was, I guess, a green colored dressed fairy, and you had said or what you wanted, or tell them what you wanted, or something along that lines. And I think the thing that popped into my head that at that point was healing, and she kind of handed me off to um another one that was kind of blue colored. It's
Oh,
like, here you go with this one.
okay.
So
Do you know why? What do those colors represent to you?
um I know, or was it, I think green is supposed to be more water, but I always think of green more as earth
Yeah.
because of the green plants, and
Yeah.
blue more as water, even though I think blue is supposed to be air.
It's
It's,
whatever you want it to be. It is what you associate with it. It isn't what we do.
but I tend to associate blue with water.
I do too.
So
I do too. Because the beautiful oceans and everything.
yeah.
Well, also remember green is healing and blue is your throat. So being able to say your feelings and vocalize your feelings may be what will heal you. That may be why she handed you off to the blue fairy, because she gave you the green in your heart, and then now it's got to come through there.
Okay.
Cindy, if you need to talk or anything at any time, message me, okay?
Oh yeah.
You were really on my mind yesterday, but I got so caught up into things, and I thought, well, it's just,
I,
I'm so sorry.
I've been pretty busy myself at work and everything. So I get it. And you know, I'm glad your interview went well. I don't think I said that.
It's okay. Thank you, though. I appreciate that. So I do appreciate it. But I was thinking about you specifically, and even I fell asleep and took a nap, and you were in my dreams then too. But then it got too late, and I was afraid to text and everything. So I feel like maybe do you have a aquamarine or a bluish green stone crystal or anything there?
More than likely.
I figured so because I know how you are with your crystals. Um, what my hair's doing. This is so funny. I would look for a crystal like that, but what I would do is instead of using your hand chakras, I would put them around your throat and your heart and see which one vibrates towards there. And that may be the one that you need for tonight and for a few days. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. And I can send you Reiki, fairy Reiki tonight. I want to play with fairies tonight. So I'm going to do fairy Reiki. Is that okay?
Okay. Hmm.
That's what we'll do. What is your mom's name? Would she be okay if I did that as well?
I think she would. Her name's Barbara.
Barbara. Okay. And your family, but I really wanted to, especially your mom, because it's hard. Siblings, it's very hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Miss Rachel, you are unmuted. Do you want to share?
I can. You can't tell because, well, actually, I'm in my my arts and collectibles room. So you see my collectibles behind me. You can't see my art because it's in front of me, but I just kind of picked up my paints
Oh,
because they were
wow.
handy because I'm in this room
Yeah.
and they're easy, and I just started slapping a paintbrush in water and dipping into the paints and seeing what happened. So this is what I did.
Oh my God, it's beautiful.
You you started out with green,
Oh,
and so I did it from the bottom up,
yes.
and I had the different shades of green and the flowers. Well, I dance with the flowers, so
Uh-huh.
had to have those in. And then I don't know, when you talked about the color that made you happy when you were a child,
Yeah.
my paintbrush kind of went to the pink.
That
And
was where mine
so
was too.
so this just kind of came out pink in the shape of a heart,
Oh,
and maybe you might even think of it as a head on top of it.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it looks like a full body. And for someone who usually doesn't do full bodies, but does a lot of color, I feel like your body is so solid, so just perfect. I can just see. Are you still there? Oh,
I'm here.
okay. You were so still, honey. It was like, wasn't she? She was so still. I thought it froze. That is just beautiful because it's like that is your spirit guide, your elemental guide. That is her or him.
Well, and my word was connect.
Okay. Oh,
And that's kind of the way I feel when I'm connecting. I get all of those energies. It's kind of an exchange of energy, of putting out and coming in, or
mhm.
flowing through, however you would describe it.
Yeah, I think it's beautiful. Oh my gosh. When I was thinking of this exercise, I thought about you, and I thought about you last night too when I sent you the picture of my thing. And I was like, man, Rachel could do this. Rachel's paintings are awesome. So I'm just like, yeah. So I don't know. I just thought about you when it came to that. So I don't know.
Well, it's interesting that you say that because the painting that I did,
Hmm.
this one,
Yeah. Oh, hold on.
I
Spotlighted. I had you spotlighted. Okay.
this one
Yeah.
is a really neat way to do things because all the colors in the back, you can't really see the colors well. Maybe I should go back further. I don't know. Um,
Right there.
anyway, it's
So
very
pretty.
colorful in the back.
Yeah.
And when you start painting like this, you just slap on whatever colors come to you.
Wow.
There, now you can actually see the colors better. So I really didn't know I was going to be painting all this stuff,
Yeah.
but actually all I did was slap colors on.
Oh my
And
God.
then based on the colors, I went in and I painted on top of it. And it ended up, you can't really see it. Can you see colors? Can you see this hanging, this circle that just ended up there?
Yeah.
So I call it, what do I call this? My moonlight bouquet.
Oh, wow.
Because to me, that's what it was painted and that's what it felt like. And all the energy running through it, I did in gold, which you can't see, but it's kind of just really along the lines of what we're doing here. And you don't even know what it's going to turn out like. You
Yeah.
just start and put the colors on and you just feel your way through it.
Wow. See, that's wonderful. Wonderful. Oh, so who wants to go next?
I just got colors.
Okay, that's perfect. I just got words, so let's go. We'll match them together. Let me spotlight for you.
Well, I thought the one that surprised me for protection, I got red.
Well,
That's
red
a
is root
first.
chakra, and it's very much a power warrior color. So yeah, I can see that.
I can't remember what the second thing is. I saw green.
Okay.
Then the childlike, I saw yellow.
Okay.
These are all real different colors for me.
Okay.
Then I have to laugh. the unicorn, when you said unicorn, I saw this little, looked like a little figurine, a unicorn, funniest thing I've ever seen.
Okay.
We were looking up at the angel that was very white. I always liked that bright white, but it was against a dark blue sky, not water.
Oh, that's awesome.
The moon was white and there were silver twinkling stars.
Mhm.
And I didn't get a word. I was trying. That's what took me so long, but
That's
it just
okay.
wasn't there. Yeah.
That is okay. We don't always get everything. That's the cool thing about it. And if we did get everything as soon as we did something, then we'd never want to keep practicing. So
You're right.
I like having something different all the time. I love the idea of your picture with the unicorn and the angel and the moon. It just seems so peaceful and so
Yeah,
beautiful.
but the unicorn was so funny looking.
Do you want to show it?
I can't. I mean, I can't draw. I mean, I can't. I'm just telling you, I visualized it. It's just looked like one of those little unicorns I don't know, one of those little kid, I forgot what they were called. Um, Purple hair and the little white body. I'm telling you what, it was just funny looking.
Oh, I love those. When I was in 5th grade, my little boyfriend bought me one of those. But
Oh,
but look at this.
wow.
That was what drew, there it is. That's what I drew that made me think of that. I was like, okay, it told me to draw a card.
Now that's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's why it kept coming up. I was like, there's another creature, there's another elemental I'm supposed to know. And I kept
Is
going
that
to,
a unicorn? Or
yeah,
is that a horse? Oh, yeah, that's
see?
crazy.
Yeah, because I kept going, I kept saying, please, I know there's another elemental I'm supposed to know. Show me. And I just pulled this card and yep, see?
Oh, that's a good one because that's kind of like the unicorn with purple hair.
Yeah. And it is purple
And
here on this side.
wow, yeah, I can see it. Wow, way to go. That's
Yeah.
kind of cool.
And it says this is the trooping Fae. I don't know. I don't know. I was just like, help me. Because there were a couple of times I was like, I'm seeing things for me rather than for you all. Because, it was just all coming in. Because when I
Oh,
said,
yeah, but
bring them,
yeah.
mine came in
Wow.
too. I was like, whoa, let's slow down.
Great.
Yeah. So thank you. Katie, do you want to share?
Yes, I can share. I really like to doodle, so most of mine. Oh, it's very blurry.
Give it just a
Most of-
second. Pull it back.
Pull it back a little bit.
I feel like one of those influencers where you have to like hold.
Yeah, that's it. The
But
camera,
it's just blurry.
if you hold it still for a second, the camera will adjust. That's
Oh,
it.
okay.
Yeah, see there, it started to do it. Yeah, tilt it just a
Oh,
little.
that's cool.
Yeah. See, I like the flower at the bottom. Bring it back and hold it still. Right there. Leave it there for a second. It should adjust. That's why a minute ago the unicorn was really fuzzy and then it did it. I don't know.
What's in the middle?
Oh, there
Oh,
it is.
there.
Oh, wait, there.
Pull it back more. We can,
Right there. Hold on. No, lean it back. Lean it towards you. There we go.
There.
There we go.
there it is.
Yay. That's what it looks like.
Oh, how cool.
What is-
Oh, that's so cool.
But I just did doodles when I kind of added with this one first, but the one that was kind of like a good message for me was I think there was a message about like I'm communicating with somebody on earth, but they need healing. For
Yeah.
some reason, I just picked up my pen or my crayon and just put the David Star for no reason. And I was just like, I wonder why I did that, but I'm just going to continue doodling because I can just like continue drawing on this, and it just kind of felt peaceful. And then you mentioned, the blue is the throat chakra, and I was like, oh, like my friend whose name is David, like actually asked me to do like a healing session for them this past week for their birthday.
Yeah.
And their throat chakra was like the main thing that I had to work on like during this session. So it was like just kind of a full circle moment. And I was like, oh, okay. maybe they just like, I need to just like at least send more prayers during this time right now.
Well,
So
aren't they because Star of David, that's one of my first tattoos. That's my favorite symbol. Star of David sometimes has to do with duality. Are they split between like two somethings? Are they like conflicted with emotions, conflicted with someone? Is that what he can't speak about or something?
yeah, it's felt like disconnect between heart and throat chakra, like not being able to communicate those emotions.
Okay. And Star of David also is as above, so below. That's also what it represents. So in the heavens and on the earth. So you were talking about your stars and then earth. I don't know.
But that was just a cool experience for me because I was like, oh, I just kind of intuitively just drew that.
I think it's what is the thing below the Star of David? It looks like a portal or something.
I drew like just a face with the third eye when you said like the gift of sight.
Okay.
Because I'm able to see things. So I always just and visualize just having an extra eye. That was like what I could think of on the top of my head
I
when
love
I
it.
was drawing. But it was a fun activity for me. I liked it.
Okay.
Let
Thank you.
me be a child at heart for a moment.
Yeah, I think we all need that. I mean, we forget, we get so caught up in everything and going from life to life and this and that. And we forget to be a kid. We forget to feel and laugh and play and be that magical unicorn and everything. So, yeah. Cindy, were you wanting to add something else? No?
No.
Okay. I just felt like you wanted to say something. That's okay. Okay. Can I show you all something? And can you give me a second? Let me exit full screen. Let me move y'all up there. And I want to show you what colors can do. So don't be like, caught up in just, one thing or something. Absolutely. I don't know. I just find colors to be peaceful. I am not a drawer. I'm not an artist. That's the word, right? I am not an artist. I would love to be, but I'm not. And I met this lady in Ohio a few months ago at a conference. And Jamie, you actually saw her on screen, but she did not know who I was, did not know anything, my name, anything about me. And this is the energy that hold on, that we trade and we move with everybody. Let me get this thing out of the way. We share with everybody. So like whenever you meditate tonight, or if you do this exercise again, see what colors of you, because this is supposed to be me, what colors of you connect with your colors of your spirit guides. Because she said that here, it was funny because she was like, do you like fairies? And I was like, yeah. And she goes, you have fairy wings. I was like, I do, don't I? And when you get into, let me make it a little bit bigger. Like this right here, she didn't, as I said, we didn't even speak. She couldn't see me. We were on Discord. She was like, do you connect with deities? Yes. And then these are clairvoyant, clairsentient. She goes, well, you must do something if you don't know. I was like, yeah, okay, afterwards. But what I found interesting is that I can stab people with energy, but this brings in an energy. Now, this is energy in hand, energy out. So my Reiki students here, my energy in hand, my energy out. So I think it's funny. She was like, well, if you do any energy work, you pull energy in from all around you and you just shoot it like sharp. I was like, ooh. So if you all have had a Reiki session with me, let me know if I do sharp energy, please. I have no feet because the earth does not connect with me. I think that was funny. This red root is because my root that grounds to the earth is on fire, and for some reason I can't regulate. And she didn't, as I said, she didn't know my disease. She didn't know anything about me. She said, have you done anything with past lives? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, for some reason, this looks like you have physical issues in your stomach, which I do, But she goes, this is a past life wound. Well, in one of my past lives, I was a warrior, female warrior, and I was stabbed here. I remember it plain as day. So
Wow.
my point is like, take the, and she's never seen anyone have this many colors. Most time it's all red or all black or all, like 2 colors. So what I want you to do is with your color exercise, when you start doing colors with what the your gods have, I want you to feel the colors within you and around you. What does your heart feel like? What does your solar plexus feel like? This is my sacral that's broken half. My manifesting is so large. It's broken half, and this is manifesting in the heavens and on the earth, and I do both. I was like, that's kind of funny. I have a lot of Sharpies. She goes, you must think you're a badass and protect yourself a lot from people because you have a lot of Sharpies here, especially around my heart and around my physical, my throat. And I watch what I say, and I was like, yeah, kind of. It was funny because she hit me head on. Like there was not. I was like, who, how, who, So it was kind of cool. So what I want you to do, maybe when you are doing these exercises, is to continue connecting, because I'm going to send you this recording and replay the aspects of what I was doing, but then add in what color is within you that will connect to your God. What color do you see your heart? If it's your throat that's connecting to your God, what color is it and where is it connecting to your God at? Because like if it's your throat and it's connecting to their hand, then are they helping guide you with what you say and to help heal others? Because the healing chakras, are they guiding you to help you heal what to say to help heal other people? Like, do your words bring peace to other people? And Katie, I bet yours does. You just feel like that's the energy I get from you. And you're kind of the one I was looking at, thinking of when I was doing this. Is there a color from your third eye that also maybe goes to their solar plexus? Can you see what they're wanting for you and how they can help you manifest in this world? What about, is your heart and their heart connected? Does that make sense? Just a little extra homework. If it doesn't make sense, let me know. I'll try to explain it again.
So are you saying like to go through each chakra and just imagine what color it is?
Well, not just necessarily as a chakra, just next time, just when you're bringing in the spirit gods, see what color they bring in, and then what color do you feel within you?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
Is there like one color that's maybe on your shoulder, there's something that's very brown and earthy because you carry a lot of weight. How does their color connect to you, and are they giving you a message that they're helping you carry that weight? And that's how spirit guides will talk to you more than just hearing directly or anything. They give you signs like that. So how does everybody feel about this so far?
Well, it's kind of interesting as you were discussing things, how it is you process.
Yeah.
And then you kind of put something goes into a file cabinet that fits, and you say, oh, that's what this is. Well, I was thinking about energy, and you were talking about energy coming into people and energy flowing, and how you feel when you interact with your guides and the colors for that. And it occurred to me that there is a meeting place outside myself in my surrounding energy,
Yeah.
where their energy comes in and we meet at that place.
Yeah.
And I hadn't quite visualized it that way before.
Okay. Some people will say that's the astral plane, and some people will say that is your sacred place, your sacred space, for your gods and you, because you feel safe there and they feel safe there and they feel like they can communicate and interact with you. That's really cool.
Well, it's interesting all these years to go through something and just kind of accept it as whatever and not think about it, and then actually think about it
Mhm.
and just and realize how that feels in words, because you don't always put all of this in words.
Exactly. And the really cool thing too is they say that if you can come from your body and interact, like you said, that you are even, I mean, just walking any of the spiritual planes is very powerful and very, very much connects you a little bit more to their world. And it gives you a view of both sides. So it's a gift, Rachel. That's pretty cool that you didn't even realize was a gift.
Well, thank you. Yeah, this is such a good venue for hearing everybody, and it's just an education, because when you start putting together what people share,
Mhm.
it connects with you in a certain way, and it just kind of crystallizes different things that perhaps I haven't thought of before.
Well, and each time you all share with me, I learn something else too. I'm like, oh, people do this. Let me think about how I can do something to help with that. So, you're the one who made me think about the colors with the spirit guides because I was always like, I could see their bodies, but then I could also see their colors. But then you're like, oh, I see colors. I was like, oh, some people can't see bodies. So it helped open me up not to be just one way. Everything's one way. But that's the really cool thing because perception and energy, there is no right or wrong. Your perception is what it is, and it's what it is for you, and it's meant for you, and it's perfect just the way it is. So, yeah.
So I appreciate all of you, because
Oh,
it gives us that opportunity to work those things through.
no, definitely. So, I'll send everybody Fairy Reiki tonight if that's okay. I am doing the Fairy Reiki class this weekend at Cosmic. So, if you're interested in that, message me later. And yeah, I'm sending out messages, monthly messages. Which spirit guide would you all like for me to connect with for monthly messages if you've signed up for that? Oh, Katie, what that is that I do a $5 a month, like a message from a spirit guide that's from the group, and I choose, like, I've chosen a fairy and I've chosen an owl so far, an animal guide and stuff, and it has readings, information, journal prompts, and then extra. Do you get it? No, you don't, because I was looking at your name. I was trying to remember. There's like 15 people. I'm like so happy, but and then at the end it has more information. So if you're interested in that, just shoot me an email, and everything else. So this is my email.
Bertina, I really like the journal